Okay, welcome to part 3 of ASF Roster, episode 5. We're continuing with Yvonne's questions to the entire roster, so let's continue on. We ended with Link, so let's go to the next letter L, which is Lisa. Lisa, are you sad that you don't seem to be in a match at ASIF? Well, she's going to reveal all, I guess, here. Oh, don't worry about that. Me and the boss have been talking. We have. In fact, about a match yet to be announced. But he's going to be doing that with me on the next episode of Smashdown, so stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned indeed. We've been coming up with something because I don't think, well, in light of the evidence that we received on part 2, that I'm not sure that Bart's going to show up. I need to make sure 100% he's going to show up, so he needs to be in a match. And of course it's going to be interactive, but more on that news as it comes. Next question is for Luigi. I have one thing to say to you, and it's to stop riding on other people, like Eggman the donkey. I didn't say that. I said that, so he can beat me up for it. My question to you would simply have to be, if you don't want to be on your brother's shadow in your brother's shadow anymore, why don't you just train harder and fight harder and get higher that way instead of agreeing to Santa's offer and going that route? His reply is, that's what I was doing before, and I did not seem to get anywhere. But now things are looking good. Well, that's his own personal opinion, I say. But I say Luigi's always been down in the dumps, no matter what he's tried to achieve. I mean, he's reached some heights that I would say were impossible in retro ASF times. I mean, he was a very long reigning United States Championship when we had that title. Of course, that's not around anymore, but and I don't want any people saying bring it back because we're almost finished with this season anyway, so no point in bringing it back. And I don't know which promotion to give it to. Each promotion has 3 titles, so we're not bringing back the US title, so don't say anything. I'm not going to get tons of replies saying bring the US title back. I live in the UK anyway, so it doesn't really work. Next question is for Mandy, another one of Eggman's cronies, let's call him. Unlike most people, I do think you can do well in the male competing picture, but I must ask, which is more important to you, simply having a title or winning? I do know you must win to get a title, but not every match one does is going to be a title defense or a chance to get a title, Sorry. There are other matches on the side that one has to do. So what I am referring to in this question, the whole picture. Her reply is rather weird, but then again, that's Mandy. She says, "You like pictures, do you? Well, picture this. ASIF. No matter what happens, I win. I become more than what anyone else has done in this business. And as far as the title and winning, Mandy never loses." Simple and blunt. That's another name for Mandy I need to pick up on. Forget the emo child. We'll just say simple and blunt. Or sharp. I don't know which. Blunt or sharp. We'll find out at ASIF once again. God, how many chances am I going to get to say that? Oh well, never mind. It's good. It's all good. It's a nice way to plug things. Mario for the next question. Are you happy that your shadow is fading? In other words, are you happy Luigi's finally trying to get out there and do things more for himself, even if he's having the help he's got? His answer is, what he does from this point on does not really bother me. I'm a come and go kind of guy. If it comes to me, I take it. Otherwise, it does not really bother me. Yeah. Mario's always 100% focused on the goal that he's been set, rather than looking at other people's pictures, shall we call it, Mandy. But yeah, that's what I like about Mario's attitude when it comes to competition. He will focus on what he's been given rather than focusing on what other people are doing, which 9 times out of 10 usually works. So yeah. Continuing on from that, Metal Knuckles is next. You are on you and your brother go way back, and it seems you always seem to be at each other's throats. Do you feel that relationship is what made you it so that both of you are so high and mighty in the ASF when it comes to skill level? His answer to that is, when you fight your own family, yes, it is a driving force. Being as powerful as we are, we want to outrank the other, and by doing that, everyone else are simply ants to step on. That's a good way of saying it, but yeah, he has been stepping on a lot of ants, shall we call them, as he called them. But his reign of terror will continue, as he said, unless his brother gets in the way. So let's just hope Metal Sonic just keeps that rivalry chugging along in the background, because it always will come on at some point. Metal Sonic will always stop his metallic brother from dominating from what he wants. So yes. So Metal Sonic could be the jealous one, but I don't know. He just wants to prove that he's the more dominant one by putting his brother back in his place, I guess. Metal Sonic, of course, for the next question. Metal Sonic, ask you the same thing. Do you feel your relationship with your brother has helped you in reaching the skill level you currently have? His reply, I do not really pin the blame of my success on my brother alone. You have to have a feeling inside of you that drives you inside to become the best. If you place all your eggs in one basket and let only one other being push you to be better, then you might not do as good as when you push yourself to be better than everything that stands before you. God, I love him talking. He's definitely devoted. He's almost got that Mario mindset with being focused on what he is, but almost being focused on everything else. Everyone has a different approach to how they enter combat, but Metal Sonic looks at all the circumference of the whole situation and will plan his attack accordingly. So that's Metal for you. Another question for Metal Sonic is, you being one to say you'll announce when you'll cash in for a title shot, I'm just curious on your thoughts of Mandy's words to do it at any moment. His reply to that is the words of a coward. It might be an effective mind game, but I don't have to do that to let my opponents tremble with fear. And when I do announce the date, whoever the champion is, you can expect for their countdown to begin, and when it ends, I'll be champion again. Yes, we definitely are counting down the days. We don't know when he's going to announce it, but when we will, we'll certainly be the champion's not going to be happy, whoever that ends up being. He's 100% motivated to get in the championship back, but he's yet to announce when he's going to do that. So can't wait for that. Metal Tails for the next question, or Marzel is the new name anyway. But we'll stick with Metal Tails. Do you ever feel it odd the fact your brothers are best at being single competitors while you're tag team champion? His answer to that is, it is the way Marzel has grown and adapted. The longer Marzel stays with his counterpart, Void, the more powerful we will become. When it comes to me and my brothers, all my brothers, there are no limits to the height that we can take our achievements. Yeah. Robots 100% focused on whatever they do, and when they do, they get more focused and more pushed and more educated on what they're doing, which is a scary thought considering there's 3 of them. Who knows, they could be dominating the land once again. Well, they currently are, I believe. Right, coming up next, I'm not going there's me going It's Mindy next. I know you've been through a lot, but do you really feel that you have a chance to win against Cream? She replies with, yeah, of course I have that feeling, but at the end of the day, what matters is what happens when you face off. Anything can happen in the ASF. Oh, thank you. You're just always got to keep that in mind, and very much so is the case for this match. Yes, I'm not doubting Mindy at all myself. She won that ladder match, which was definitely impressive for me. But we'll see if she takes this reward for granted, or is she going to be more focused and actually go in there and win the title? It'd be very exciting if she does. Be certainly out of the blue for me, but we will see if that happens. Next up is from Manic. Question for Manic. What are your thoughts on all the, I'm not sure of a way to put this, so bullshit that Sander kept on saying during the match on SmackDown? His reply to that is, well, if he's got a problem with the Freedom Movement's plans, then maybe he should get up and do something about it instead of running his mouth off behind a desk. And hey, I know I do have a mouth that opens and closes, but I can fight a good fight as well as talk one. And on that note, at the end of it all, everyone will be saying freedom for all. Got in a little rhyme there, I guess. Well, it was all in all. Oh well, maybe he's not feeling too on form with his rhyming, but still, had a good ring to it. At the end of it all, everyone will be saying freedom for all. Da-da-da. Right, let's speed on things here, and then near the end. Miles, or Tails, Miles Prower, you seem to have a very good thing going for you on SmackDown, but do you feel that right now your power and control is very thin? No, he said thin. No, we have the maximum amount of control right now. Regardless of what you think, we have every championship and every Freedom Movement member in the palms of our hands, ready to do our bidding. Tails is getting more evil by the minute. Tisk tisk. Let's hope we can cool his jets at ASIF. That's very highly unlikely, but you never know. Nightmare, you have a possible chance to fight the boss himself. Hello, folks. At ASIF. But what would your reaction be if you do face off against him? And who do you wish to face of all the possibilities? His answer to that is every person that is not on the anti-heroes is welcome to step into the ring with me to suffer their worst nightmare. Just pray that the boss himself does not enter, or else the ASF might not have a chairman for much longer. I'll just gulp at that one. Oh god. If people do vote me in, that should be fun. I'll just do whatever. Apart from hopefully not get killed. But we'll see. It's all up to the votes. I got to reply to them. So. Next up is for a question for Peach. How did you feel to get so very close to winning the hardcore title, and do you think the anti-heroes will still be on top after ASIF? Her reply for this one is, the fact I don't have the hardcore title right now was an outrage after what I did, but I'm just glad that Ugly Grim got what's coming to him in the form of Nightmare, and of course I think the anti-heroes will be on top after that event. We are the best and way better than the Freedom Movement. We'll make the fans wish they never voted at all. Oh, prove them wrong. It's always a good way to shut someone up, is prove them wrong. So vote against the anti-heroes as much as possible, I say. And then if they lose, then we can rub it in. Next question is for, how much time have I got? Getting near the crocky, it's going to have 4 parts. We'll just give it this question and I'll move on to, I guess, part 4. Rouge and Samus, you both seem to have a good thing going on with each other. What I don't understand is how can you two be such a great team when the things only keeping you together seems to be money and jewels. I think Rouge is answering this one from her first comment. You forget, Sugar, that money and jewels are the best driving force we have. The amount of passion we have for it is what keeps us together and will continue to keep us fighting side by side for a very long time to come. Yeah, getting quite the stable tag team as those two. We'll see how stable they are when they go into that tag team match with Bowman and Cute Pink. How things will go there. So I guess that will be their time to shine. And speaking of times to shine, it's time for part 4 to shine, because it's coming up right next. And I will see you then for part 4, the last part, I hope. Too many questions. Don't worry, it's so cool.